Hello everyone, welcome to unit number 3, Swedish hospitality. In Sweden, however, the host doesn't even have to pretend that they want you to sit down and eat their food. We're going to focus on pretend that. Use pretend that to describe a situation where something is falsely being portrayed to be true. Explanation is 뭐뭐는 척하다. So, example. If there is a problem, you shouldn't pretend that everything is okay. 문제가 있다면 모든 것이 괜찮은 척 해서는 안 됩니다. You don't need to pretend that it's okay. 괜찮은 척 하지 마세요. Don't pretend it's okay. The next example is when I was a kid, I loved to pretend that my bicycle was a fighter plane. 저 어렸을 때 저는 내 자전거가 전투기인 척하는 것을 좋아해요. In Korea, we usually say, 예쁜 척하지 마. Don't pretend to be pretty. 잘한 척하지 마. Don't try to show off. 똑똑한 척해. Pretend to be smart. Let's look at 2번 now. Others offered a simpler explanation. Food is expensive in Sweden and people are a bit on the stingy side. We're going to focus on the adjective side. Now let's break this down. Use this pattern on the plus 형용사 plus 영어 단어 side to express a slight tendency. It is often used with some expressions such as a bit, somewhat, or slightly. It's kind of like 좀, 조금, 살짝. So 예를 들어서 German food is pretty tasty. Sometimes I find it a bit on the bland side. So 독일 음식은 맛있는데 조금 맛이 심심해요. So it doesn't have a lot of taste. 맛이 심심하다? Like bread with no butter, rice with no kimchi, like water. It kind of has that no taste. So 독일 food 맛있는데? 독일 음식 맛있는데 좀 맛이 심심해요. Another example is this week's weather has been on the cold side for this time of the year. 보통 이 시간 날씨가 좀 더운데 이번 주 좀 추워요. So it's on more of the cold side. Okay, so now let's move on to the language focus quiz. 1번. If you shouldn't pretend that if you like someone, you shouldn't pretend that you don't. 어떤 사람 좋아한다면 싫은 척하지 마세요. 2번. When I was a kid, I sometimes pretended that I was Batman. 저 어렸을 때 저는 가끔 제가 배트맨인 척 했어요. I used to love Batman. 3번. The food in is a bit on the side. Thailand. Let's say the food in Thailand is a bit on the, I don't know, let's say spicy side. So 태국 음식은 좀 매워요. 많이 맵지 않는데 좀 매워요. 그런 느낌이에요. 4번. Some of my friends are a little on the side, dumb side. Some of my friends, 어떤 제 친구들이 좀 바보다. Sometimes. No, they're very smart. Sometimes. Okay, so remember, on the side is like towards, like example, on the spicy side, 좀 매워요. 많이 맵지 않은데 좀 매워요. On the cool side, on the cold side, 덥지 않은데 많이 춥지 않은데 그냥 조금 추워요. Okay, so now let's move on to the further discussion. 1번. What makes certain people stingy? Do you think this is usually a cultural thing? Or is it mainly due to individual personality? Give examples if possible. Okay, so stingy is like 인색하다. They don't like to give a lot of things. 예를 들어서 저는 제 친구한테 자주 밥 사줘요. 자주 밥 사줘요. 근데 그 친구가 저에게 never buys me food or dinner. That friend is stingy. Let's say I have a bar of chocolate and I eat most of the chocolate and give you a little bit. I'm stingy. Okay, so what makes certain people stingy? 무엇이 특정 사람들을 인색하게 만드는가? I think if your parents didn't teach you how to share, that's when you become stingy. Do you think this is usually a cultural thing? 이런 거는 보통 문화적인 것이라고 생각하는가? No, I think it's possibly everywhere in the world. Korea, Australia, America. I'm sure there's a lot of stingy people all around the world. 2번. Under what circumstance, if any, would it be normal in your culture to eat in front of a guest without offering food? 그 사람 배고프지 않으면 앞에 저는 먹을 수 있어요. If that person isn't hungry, I can eat in front of them. I'll ask them politely, is it okay if I can eat in front of you? But it just depends on the situation. If I'm eating like a 도시락 먹었다면, I'm not going to really share it with that person. 특히 요즘 코비드 때문에 음식을 공유 못할 것 같아요. 그쵸? I think. Because it's COVID, you shouldn't share. Anyway, that wraps it up for today. Make sure you review everything and we will see you on unit number 4.
Admirable.
Admirable.
Standard practice.
Standard practice.
Census taker.
Census taker.
Hospitable.
Hospitable.
Spontaneously.
Spontaneously.
Fatten up.
Fatten up.